Now then, so this is a video that it's unfortunate I've had to make it, but it's quite relevant to the times we're living in. So with all the cost of living crisis, the energy crisis, the fuel crisis, the looming idea that there may be blackouts due to electricity supply during winter, there may be gas shortages, so people may not be able to heat the homes, light the homes, cook, that kind of thing. I thought I'd make this video. I'm going to try and keep it as simple as I can and not as gloomy as possible, because that's not what I'm here to do. So it's just a few things which I feel every home in Britain should currently have, and if they don't have already, they should get as soon as possible, as it may already be too late. I'm going to start with something most people should have already. That's a good woolly jumper. Doesn't strictly have to be wool, but a proper warm jumper. If it gets cold in your house, put a jumper on. If it gets cold, you know, if you can't get any heating, a few jumpers, a coat on, that kind of thing. Move on from there. Blankets. So I've got these heavy wool blankets. I've also got thinner ones, so if it's still too warm for these, I've got thinner ones there. A good supply of blankets is important, because if you're too cold on a night when you go to sleep, you can't afford to put the heating on. Blankets. If you sat watching telly, sat by the fire, if the fire's on and you're still cold, jumper, blankets. If you're fortunate enough to have a fire. Brings me on to something else. Whether you've got a fire or not, I think every home in Britain should have right now a means of making fire. So a small supply of firewood stored somewhere dry, somewhere secure, because the cost of firewood's on the increase too, so is coal. So somewhere secure to prevent it getting stolen. If you don't have a fire, and you've got a garden, great. Get somewhere where you can have a fire safely in your garden. If you don't have a fire and it's that cold in winter, you really need heating up, go outside in the alleyways, have a fire there, in something like a small metal bin, anything like that, a little fire pit, chimney. If you've got no electricity and you need to cook, that's where the fire comes in. Either have a portable gas stove, which obviously the cost of gas going up, not so good. Fire, great. If you can't get any wood for a fire, you're going to want something like this. A saw. I've got a folding saw. I've got bow saws. I've got chainsaws. It's worth having. Folding saws are great because you can fit them in a backpack. Walk to your nearest woodland, find some dead felled tree that's been there for a year or two, cut some off it. Brings me on to another cutting tool. Axes, to cut your firewood down and prepare it, make it ready to burn. I just feel this is something every household should have ready, and if they don't have ready, find someone who does. It would also be wise to have some sort of cutting tool, a bit more substantial than a kitchen knife. This is a bushcrafting knife, a woodsman's knife. Doesn't have to be as fancy and expensive as mine. Just something simple. You can pick them up for a tenner. A working knife, something like that. You can work with. You can make shavings for getting a fire lit. If you don't have shavings, use newspaper. Sticking with a fire, we should all start looking at having some sort of stainless steel cooking pot. You can cook food in it. You can boil water in it. So if you wanted to make a cup of tea to warm up, something like this goes great with your fire. Aluminium not so good, because your fire will burn it, it'll damage it. So you can do it on your fire in your house like that if you've got a stove on the top. If not, and you've got no electricity, no gas, go outside, light a fire, do it on there. A barbecue is a great thing at the minute, because you can use wood and cook with the wood. If you're wondering what else you can cook with those, you can heat up stews, soups. The best idea would be tinned or dried food. Something that you can just put into the boiled water. You can make your cup of tea, your cup of coffee, put that in your cup, whatever water you've got left over, put some into a bowl, make something like a soup, and you'll still have some hot water to wash up. Same with hygiene. If there's no gas, no electricity, to stay clean, boil your water in your pot. You only need a small amount, enough that you can wash your hands, wash your face, keep clean with. All the sanitizer that's going quite cheap on the market at the minute, since that was flooded through the issue, we shall refer it as. Buy a lot, it's great, you can light fires with it, but hygiene, dry soap, dry shampoo, liquid hand sanitizers, liquid soap, wipes, anything like that. If you think you're not going to have electricity or gas, get some of those to stay clean. I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to say in this quick video. The very, very important things that we all need, are heat, food, and hygiene. So jumpers, blankets, axe, saw, that kind of thing, cut firewood down, and a small supply of firewood, stuff to have a fire, things to light it, so cigarette lighters, matches, strikers. Just learn a couple of skills. I picked them up through my life through being a fan of bushcraft and of survival skills, but I think it's something that's becoming a reality now. There's a lot of preppers out there who've already got food stores, they've got skills, and they've been saying it for years. We've been saying it for years. A lot of people have been saying that it's a crazy idea that we might have to store food up for an economic collapse, for a crisis of some sort, but we're finding ourselves closer and closer to that reality. So if anyone wants any advice on how to learn these skills, for lighting your fires, for preparing food, for catching food, wild food, I'm a vegetarian, but I'm quite happy to teach people how to catch food in the wild, who's never experienced hunting, who's never experienced going out and looking for it, getting it themselves. Staying warm, but most importantly, stay safe. Your things like your firewood, keep secure. Your food, keep secure. Your house, your homes, keep secure. And most of all, your tools. Never loan your tools out to anybody. Your important tools for things like this, never loan them out. I don't mean to sound like any crazy sort of conspiracy theorist, because I'm not going to put my personal views forward, other than what I've read in the newspaper of expect blackouts, expect gas shortages, expect further food shortages. So without meaning to sound gloomy, cheers, stay safe, hope you all have a good one, and be in touch in the comments below for anything. If you know me personally, don't hesitate, give me a call. One more thing I forgot about actually was portable lighting, battery operated portable lighting, something like a big lamp that you can work by or you can sit by. Head torches are great. I think everyone should own a head torch. And is it in my pocket right now? Nope, normally I keep a torch in my pocket anyway, because where I live is quite dark, but torches, really great things to have. Everyone should have them. Candles, any source of light that's not mains powered, that's not, ideally not gas powered. Something rechargeable is great. Stuff like candles, a fire, also great. So yeah, on that one I'm going to end it there, because I feel like I'm starting to waffle on. But don't hesitate to be in touch. Cheers, have a great day.